This conference will now be recorded.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. We can go ahead and call this meeting of the Blanco Historic Preservation Commission order. We will start with our roll call. Roxanne Sorrell Chair is here. Hollis Boatwright is here. Billie Jean is here. Gal McClellan is here. Pamela Prescott Capps is not here yet. Wendy Cambridge, I see you online. Can we hear you?
I'm here.
All right. And Rudy Nino, we see you online too. Can we hear you? We see you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So it is 6:01 and we can establish a quorum. Welcome everybody to tonight's special meeting of the Blanco Historic Preservation Commission. I don't believe I have anyone signed up from the public to speak. Is that right, Rudy?
That's correct. No one.
All right. So we don't have announcements on this agenda, but, and I guess I might have to read this and do our September regular meeting.
Okay.
But Billie Jean is not going to be able to be our secretary. And I'll go ahead and read this into the minutes now, but I'll do it again if I need to. August 28, 2021, Madam Chair, as of August 30th, 2021, I will keep my position on the Blanco Historic Preservation Commission, which is where my full attention needs to be, or my attention needs to be. However, I am resigning my position as secretary. Respectfully, Billie Jean Ketzer, Commissioner, Blanco Historic Preservation Commission. I'm noting that we've read that. All right, so now we can go on to our action items. Item number 1 is approve the agenda.
I make the motion
All right.
to approve the agenda.
Hollis motions, Billie Jean seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. All right, item number 2. Consideration of June 28, 2021 and August 9th special meeting minutes. The June 28 minutes are not ready. The August 9th meeting minutes are in front of us. Here is one line with the question mark regarding upcoming training. And when I'm looking at my notes, I had the August 24th and 25th course, Gail and Pam were going to take that. And the August 26th and 27th camp training, I think we had Billie Jean and Wendy that were going to take that.
Me. Okay.
So,
All right, got it.
were there any other corrections that anybody saw? Okay, so we can make a motion to approve the August 9th minutes with the correction of Billie Jean for the, as that blank.
I guess you would add me to Pam and Cass, that Pam and I were going to do the second. Well, I did the 20.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yep, yes.
I don't remember the dates I did, but I did the same one as Pam did.
Okay.
There were 6 of them.
Okay.
And if you all have anything that you want to share from those trainings, we can add that onto the end of the next meeting. if there's anything that you took away from it that was really interesting. So do we want to revisit this at the next meeting, or do we want to go ahead and approve it?
Well, I make the motion to approve it with those corrections.
Do we have a second?
You're gonna have to second, because I wasn't here.
Okay, Billie Jean seconds. All right. So all in favor of approving the August 9th special meeting minutes with discussed edits? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Wendy?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Okay. Item number 3, HPO report on the Redbud Beer Garden.
Okay, I would like for Jan and John to step up to the mic with the plans in front of them, please, before I get started. Y'all have the plans, John?
Yeah,
Okay, one thing that we didn't talk because of my absence of being in town, only being able to read it by email, everything looks good, but when you hear my report, your door, double door, French door on the left side with an awning, and on the right side, double door with an awning, that's not original.
It's not original.
oh. There we go.
Where'd he go?
Oh.
He's not using his computer, so what?
You're saying that the doors are not original, those are added in new doors, correct?
Yes, you cannot punch holes into historic walls, exterior walls.
Okay. Well, we can adjust those,
Okay.
they're not in the walls of the old building. We can
So-
adjust the doors.
Yeah, the doors can be moved to the center. So if you want to do this while you're at a hearing, if you have a pen, if you don't mind, I'm not putting it in your spot. If you can endorse it and put an X on both of them,
Okay.
it's kind of like taking the old courthouse and adding extra doors on the corners of each corner of the building. It was just never there.
Right.
Does that make sense, John?
Anyway.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the door that's on the double door that's on the left, if you're looking at this drawing, you're right, that would be in the existing building, but if we just move it a few feet to the left, it would be in the open area that exists that we would want to close in. So would that be allowed?
Yeah, where it's open right now, yes. But
Okay.
those two sets, the one on the far south and the one on the far north, has to go away.
Okay, all right,
The
Okay.
only disclaimer, if you have headers there, because there was doors there before, then
Right.
it's okay. That
Okay.
happened at 419, the restaurant.
Right.
On the left side, she had a single door. They removed the drywall, and there was a header for a French door, so we allowed them to put French doors because it was there before.
sure, that makes sense. Okay,
Okay, that's just it. Want to make sure you're clear on that.
I
sure,
tried to print it off, but
Sure, I
one
can-
side of it keeps coming.
I can show y'all real quick.
I couldn't get the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Will that affect like the fire code or anything?
That shouldn't make sense. Well, I mean, yeah, we don't have all those drawings. of the inserts.
So where will the new door go?
So in other words, he's saying this door wouldn't be allowed because, let me show you.
Show them the old.
Okay. Because I tried to run it off and I tried 20 times and it never did catch this in.
So this is what the existing building, or were like before this one was taken down. So
Okay,
this is what's existing, that's what's existing. So that door as shown would be back here into the old building. He's saying that's not allowed.
okay.
We could put it in this open area, right?
Oh, okay,
That would be
gotcha.
allowed. And then the other one is shown cut into this, and that wouldn't be allowed either. So we would have to, if we want that door there, we'd have to adjust it into the new area.
So you
To the
close
open
off
area.
all of
Right.
that.
Yeah, it's closed off like this with these flaps and stuff. So that would be closed off.
Okay,
And we were gonna put in these large like windows, but that are awning, like flaps that come up with a pulley
Yeah.
system so that we could open it up for light and air to come through and stuff, but then when we need to close it down.
Like green tile.
Yeah, kind of like a dance hall kind of also.
Yeah.
Oh, except there's
Like the ones at Twin Sisters, there's two at Twin Sisters.
I didn't notice.
Well, you know.
We thought that looked with the rustic style of the lumberyard building
Okay.
and the metal and stuff like that. So
So in this center, what are y'all using to close that? Is it wood or tin or?
no, sheet metal. I don't
Sheet metal?
got information on that.
Okay.
Oh, don't ask.
But do you want, should I show you that now or just?
Oh, just go ahead. It's just, I missed out.
Whenever you're ready, I'll be glad to show
He knows more about sheet metal, believe me.
Okay, Rudy.
Okay, Rudy.
Okay, John, I don't know if they picked up that on audio for minutes, whatever you had to say, but I'm going to repeat myself for emphasis. So everything on the 5th Street, the whole lumberyard building and the wall that's facing the post office and what's facing the bank and what's facing Pecan Street, leave it as it is. Do not add doors or windows there, okay? And you'll find this on my report.
you. Okay, so, okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, so we had planned in like a gated opening there on 5th Street, right from the existing building that's directly across from the city fire department, so that we could access that with a vehicle if we needed to. But that was the only opening we had planned in there. And I think it's on the plans, the big plans.
Unless if the fire code supersedes the national secretary of rules, I don't have the authority to say that.
Okay, so there was an existing opening there before that other building was taken down too, that was driven through like that. That's part of the parking lot
Okay.
area.
Like I said, we're not in authority to supersede an egress door. Like you have some in the theaters and they say never holler fire and people can exit out. If that's an exit to let people run out in case of a fire or something, I can understand that. Then the law would supersede that. You would have to consult with the fire department and get the approval.
Okay,
But we're only going to approve what we can, okay?
right.
I'm going to read my report now.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you, John.
you're welcome.
The Blanco Historic Preservation Commission and when y'all see number 5, that's a footnote for references on the bottom. So I'll admit the red colors. UDC number 4, section 4.11, Historic Preservation, Historic District Regulations should move to approve Redbud's Beer Garden based on the conversation we just had, omitting those 2 French doors with the awnings. The Briggers can make the repair, alterations, and exterior alterations or additions while preserving those portions. John, right there where I just read preserving those portions, that would fall under that.
Sorry.
Okay?
He just told you would have to do that.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
I understand. Yes, sorry.
Okay. Or features which convey its historical, culture, or horticulture values, as long as it is compatible with the use for a property and that meets the fact findings 1 through 10, see below. The plans dated November 1st, 2020 shows a pea gravel walkway and a new gate entrance on the U.S. Post Office property alongside the Briggers Pottery Rock Wall. We talked about that. The Briggers omitted this pea gravel walkway and the new gate entrance on the plans, and they also omitted the rock wall as shown on the plans at the Pecan Street site. That was done on Friday, August 27, 2021 on a one-on-one meeting, and it was dated and signed off. The Briggers understand that any rehabilitation as a treatment is defined as the act or process of making possible a compatible use for a property to repair, alterations, and additions while, and I have a definition at the end, while preserving those portions or features which convey historic, culture, or architectural value. So, John, all this right here, while preserving the portions, that hits those 2 double doors, and that's the reason why that cannot be installed. Let's keep moving. The Briggers understand that the new use, a beer garden, requires minimal change to the defining characters of the building and its site and environment. Also, that the new work shall be differentiated from the old. Per book standard of Secretary of Interior Standards for Rehabilitation. UDC 4 states that it's a matter of public policy that the protection, enhancement, and perpetuation of landmarks and districts of historical and cultural importance and significance is or are necessary to promote the economic, culture, educational, and general welfare of the public. UDC 4 states that it's a matter of public policy, enhance Blanco's attractiveness to visitors and the support and the stimulus to the economy, thereby providing, ensure the harmoniously, orderly, and efficient growth and development of the city, encourage stabilization, restoration, and improvements of such properties and their values. And these are the fact findings we have, in addition to what we had before. It's the standard, the Secretary of Interior Standard for Rehabilitation. A property shall be used for the historic purpose or be placed in a new use. What you guys are doing is a new use that requires minimal change to the defining characters of the building, its site and environment. Fact number 8, from the preservation number 14, new exterior additions to historic buildings. Preservation concerns rehabilitation as a treatment is defined as the act or process of making possible a compatible use for property to repair alterations and additions while preserving those portions or features which convey the historical, culture, and ecoculture values. An addition should be designed to be compatible. That's the roof and that's that sidewall. To be compatible with the historic character of the building and thus meet the standards for rehabilitation. Standards 9 and 10, and he talks about new additions, exterior alterations, or related new construction should not destroy historic buildings. Let me repeat that. New additions, exterior alterations, or related new construction shall not destroy historic material that characterizes the property. The new work shall be differentiated from the old and shall be compatible with the massing, size, scale, and architectural features to protect the historic integrity of the property and its environment. 10. New additions and adjacent or related new construction shall be undertaken in such a manner that if removed in the future, the essential form and integrity of the historic property and its environment would be unrepairable. Fact finding number 9, that kind of just repeats itself. Fact finding number 9 is the UDC. That kind of repeats itself for emphasis. And then we end up with a definition of while you're doing this type of work, take care of the old stuff. That's basically the report. What the commissioners would do now is take over.
All right. Discussion, questions?
I have a question. Have y'all put aside any parking spaces for this new addition?
Well, we have the parking that is currently existing on the back part of the pottery, of the cafe.
Will they go in the front and then y'all
To get into this,
back?
you come through the cafe to get to the back. We will have a secondary entrance on Pecan Street, but that's not the main entrance. That's a secondary entrance for customers to come in and out of. But there won't be any, most all of it is designed to traffic through the cafe. So we're going to be redoing inside the cafe to be able to get out. We'll redo how you get to the back area. So we'll do an inside redo up there.
Yeah, I was just wondering about the parking.
Yeah, I know parking's a problem.
You can't go to the post office between 11 and 2 when y'all are open.
I know,
Well, and yeah, and the barbecue. And
everybody, yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if y'all adjusted for parking, but you do have parking in the back then?
Yes.
Okay.
Other questions, discussion? All right.
Well, the only other thing, so you're just putting the top back on it, basically.
We're basically putting
And then
back the
closing
building and closing in that end.
that
And
one.
then we're, yes, right.
And then it
And
will-
enclosing.
You know, the pieces that are on the side.
Yeah,
It will come, basically meet it. And that will be used as an area. Because it will all be covered.
right.
Like it is.
And then we are building a new bathroom facility building directly behind the cafe, which will be covered in, it'll be with, cement block or CMU covered with stucco to match the back of the building back
Okay.
there.
And now when you go in through on the other side of the beer garden, is it going to have a closure on that side? Or
You mean on the back side
Mhm.
from where the parking is and stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, there's supposed to be a 8-foot tall fence screen wall that will allow privacy inside, help with noise and stuff coming
Okay.
outside. So
Okay.
yes, that's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there gonna, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I said I just got,
You haven't seen.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
you
it.
haven't seen some of this stuff, so that's fine. Yes,
You were talking about outside music. Is that gonna be with speakers and?
there probably will be some of that, but we'll comply with whatever the regulations are as far as sound, mitigating the sound.
Okay.
Do we know what the amplified, I guess the city has amplified.
I think the city
Sound
has a sound ordinance of
regulations.
some kind, but I don't know what it is at the moment. I said, I think they have one, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Well, how late are y'all gonna stay open?
Oh, well, at this time, we don't have a plans, but no later than
Right.
yeah. At this
Yeah,
point,
are you gonna keep the same
Yeah,
hours?
we'd be keeping the
basically?
same hours we basically have now. Now, there might be sometimes we go a little later, but it wouldn't
Yeah.
be, the city, I think, has regulations on certain nights you have to close whatever it is by a certain time. So
Okay.
Yeah,
We
you
would
can't serve
sit within-
alcohol after.
we would stay
certain
within all the city
Well,
current
PAC
regulations as they stand.
Our thing, like, we can't serve after midnight, we don't even stay open.
Yeah.
Until midnight.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right.
I don't have
All right.
any more questions.
So Roxanne, I do have one comment,
Okay, yes, Wendy.
if I might.
Yeah.
If we approve, I don't know if this is the appropriate time or not, but I would like to just make note on our approval that I think as a commission, I've understood us to have concerns about parking. That's not our purview, but if we noted that on our comments, I think that would be appropriate. And also about the noise. Again, you're right, John, city has rules and regs, you're gonna follow them. That's great. I mean, I appreciate the way you guys are doing your work. But I just think for the commission itself to kind of identify what the public is concerned about, what they've come to me about, and that's the parking and the noise. So that's my 10 cents.
I agree with that.
There was one other thing I was gonna ask. All these changes that you propose to do, is it gonna all be in writing?
Well, we'll be doing a complete set of, building plans with an architect and the contractor that will all go through the
Descriptions
city.
and everything.
So it'll go to the city to be permitted for everything. So it'll be a whole set of, but we couldn't do the completed plans until we got approval from y'all to
Okay.
know what we could or couldn't move forward with.
So it'll, as I understand it, if you all elect to approve the COA, it's going to be given the finding of fact and necessary changes recommended in the HPO report.
Okay.
And that'll all be on record and that report will be on record in this as well.
Okay, so that if something is different than what was in the HPO later down the line, it can be brought up. That's what I'm
I don't know.
I'm not sure about.
I think the city will have
The
to,
city will take care of
I
that?
think the
Okay.
city will have to do that. Is that not correct?
The city will have to do what?
If we don't do something correct, I like that what we said,
Yes, that'll have to be enforced
like
by
a
city.
code compliance kind
I
of
didn't
thing.
know how that worked. Okay.
Yeah, I think the
You're
city,
not the building police.
Right.
But-
It'll have to.
there's a building police.
Well, my question is, I should know the answer to this, I'm sure, but if we approve it tonight, are we done with it? Or will other things come back before us to approve
I-
other things.
I don't know for a fact, Rudy could probably address this better than me, but I think if we were to have something that substantially changed in our plans, then I am assuming we would have to come back to you for approval.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Right. I believe the plan what we're approving is what we're approving, and they should not be making changes that were not specified. But Rudy, did you hear that question?
Yeah, Roxanne, you hit the nail right on the head. That's what I was thinking. John, if y'all follow it to the T in the last few COAs that we've approved, y'all will be the first ones to follow it to the T. We have other ones that they'll change and do things on their own. Then it's always, after it's done, then it's always hard to go back and tell them you did a violation. It just makes our job harder. If you could work with us, the commissioner is ready to work with you. I'd like to make a comment about the parking. That's something on the city. And there is an investor that's looking at property of possibly creating some parking spaces. One of the things that I told the city, what's to keep the staff and employees, and I mentioned to you, John, before, city employees and staff, maybe not so much on you guys, they seem to park in the square. And in the square is for the visitors. Then they have to be forced to go to neighborhood. So that's an issue. Something that was brought up, I did send it over to Kelly. She was on later. She's gone. There's 2 trailers that are, one's right in the square, one's outside. It may be their property. We cannot say anything, but that's taking up 2 or 3 spots. As far as an old truck, because it's marketing, it's taking up a parking spot. But it's not in the UDC for us to discuss that, but it's an issue. And anybody of the commissioners could go to the city at a hearing and bring that up, because as the next person that wants to do something in the square, we're going to go right back to the same problem. So somewhere, Gail and all you guys are correct. It needs to be addressed somewhere, but not punish you for it. But it really needs to be addressed.
Well, how many parking spots did y'all?
How many do we have behind our
Yeah.
place? I think in the plan it shows either 14 or 16. I'd have to check.
Well, that's quite a few. But is that for your employees or?
It's mainly our employees at this point, yeah.
But it won't.
But it keeps our employees from parking on the street, which a lot of other businesses, all their employees park on the street.
Maybe they
Just
can
a
park
note.
over at the fire station.
That would be amazing. That would be a great.
Because nobody's over there during the day. Are they running
What is
at
that?
the old fire station?
We utilize it now for the public works annex.
Oh, you
So,
do?
mhm.
Can people park there at night?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, just not during the day. Well, but you have employees during the
You'd
day.
have to get like special permission, I'm sure, because, it says like no parking right now, because it was a fire.
Publicized or what, but there are, we took down the no parking.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
We haven't been, we're seeing now, what we'll have to do from there, we have to do it anyway, not just because of your way, but just mainly putting up some type of signage where people don't block the bays.
Oh, right, yeah, exactly.
Or we store emergency equipment and such.
Sure.
But we're doing that regardless of what you guys are doing, so.
So our city works manager is letting us know that there is city parking.
That's what I'm trying not to do.
Only in the evenings at the
All right.
firehouse.
Yeah, because, there's really no other place around.
In front of your
there.
house.
Ronnie, can you talk on the mic, Ronnie?
In front of my house already.
Okay. Do we have any more discussion or questions about this? Do we want to make a motion to, I think first we approve the HPO report or the finding of fact? All right, so,
Yeah, and then the COA.
and then we would approve the COA given the finding of fact in the HPO report. So would anybody like to motion to approve the finding of fact in the HPO report?
I will, because I think they waited long enough to get this approval. They worked really hard, and I will make the motion that we approve, let me if I get this right, the finding of facts in the HPO for the plan that the Briggers have for this project, whatever it's
For the
called,
Spear Garden project.
for this beer garden project.
All right, so Gail motioned to approve the finding of fact in the HPO report for the Redbud Beer Garden. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Hollis seconds. All right, all in favor of approving the finding of fact of the HPO report?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so that motion passes. Next is, would we like to make a motion to approve the COA, given the finding of fact and incorporating the changes required by the HPO report? Would anybody like to make a motion to approve?
I will do that. With the changes.
Yes, with the changes. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, so Gail seconds approving the COA, given the finding of fact from the HPO report and incorporating those changes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jean? All right, so we have Gail, Hollis, Wendy in favor, and Billie Jean opposed.
Yes.
Motion passes. And motion passes. So I
Thank you
will,
very much.
I will turn that into City Hall in the next day or two.
Okay,
All right,
Thank
thank you all. for your
Mhm.
thank you for your time.
Thank
I
you.
think you'll be pleased with the result.
We'll
We'll
work,
appreciate
we'll
it.
work closely with Rudy to make sure we do everything right.
All right.
If not, he'll be after you.
Well,
I said, if not, he'll be after
He
you.
will, I'm sure.
all right, thank you. Ricky.
Thank you. We have future agenda items. We can discuss what we want to add to our next agenda. I think, if we want to talk to city council about some of the parking issues, especially the trailers that are
I think that
parking.
needs to be addressed because they can pull that behind
They
their
have.
building, I think that's, I don't like that trailer right there on 4th Street.
Well, and I'm worried that they're doing themselves a disservice because they're taking,
Two
Parking
at least
spaces away
2 or
from their
3
own
parking
customers.
Spaces away. I don't know what's gonna happen if they ever open the bowling alley. I don't know where people are gonna go. Because
How is
everybody,
that coming with the bowling alley?
they said, well, Lou was in there and he said that they were putting all new floors in the cafe part and so they're working on it.
is there anything else that we want to make sure gets on the next agenda?
The banners?
The banners. Okay, yes, somebody had it's our banners.
Yeah, the historical ones, the maroon ones out
Okay.
here.
Okay, Rudy,
Yes,
I think we need to either reapply to keep those banners up or take them down.
no, I talked to, the chairperson, Ms. Smith, I believe it is, and she understood why I had to go out of town. It had to do for health reasons. So I got moved to next month's meeting.
Okay, so it's going to be on our agenda?
It can be because I need to update y'all the new pricing. I have a lot of pricing from competitors. So everything that we had at the last meeting that was not voiced today will go to the next agenda. The other one was I met with Richard over at 281 by Peterson's Tire in 163.
Oh,
And
no.
showed him
We're
exactly.
talking about the gateways, I think.
No,
not-
we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the banners.
We're talking about our banners that are.
The maroon and silver ones.
Right, our Blanco Jim in the Hills.
Yes, yeah, that one I would have to bring you an update as requested by you. And I have prices for the extended new banners that will go on the utility poles, 8 of them.
Mhm. And they're gonna be our Blanco colors, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll add that. But I think, were you talking about the new banners or the banners that are currently hung up that
Well,
we had a,
to change them to blue and gold. and-
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Anything else?
I don't know if I'll be here next meeting, so I'm not gonna put anything on there.
Okay, well, in our next meeting will be in like 2 weeks because it's going to be our regular meeting on the last Monday. All right, would you all like to adjourn? Gail makes a motion to adjourn. Second, all in seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, this meeting is adjourned at